Your genes might be hiding some ancient surprises. How can you know if you've inherited a significant percentage of Denisovan DNA? If your ethnicity is Asian, Melanesian, or Pacific Islander, chances are you are hybridized with Denisovans. We first learned of the Denisovans in late 2010. Germany. In the late hours of the night, a group of young researchers in Leipzig retrieved an unusual DNA specimen from a tiny bone that had been forwarded to them by Russian scientists. The finger bone had been discovered by the Russians in a cave in Siberia. Genetic history of an archaic hominid group from Denisova Cave in Siberia. In 2011, the researchers enthusiastically unveiled their new species to the international media. Subsequent years of comprehensive genetic analysis revealed that an average individual of Asian descent possesses approximately 1.5 to 5% Denisovan genetic material. Ethnic Chinese individuals typically exhibit an admixture of approximately 1.5 to 3% Denisovan ancestry, accompanied by some Neanderthal and, intriguingly, a hint of Homo erectus. South Asians and Southeast Asians, on average, tend to have a slightly higher percentage of Denisovan, 2 to 4%, with some Neanderthal admixture. Melanesians, Australian Aboriginals, and Papuans exhibit some of the highest Denisovan ancestry, approximately 5%, while one tribe in the Philippines reaches up to 8%. CBC 2015. Denisovans interbred with modern humans. About 5% of the DNA of native Papua New Guineans and Australians is Denisovan. Quick biology refresher. DNA is the blueprint of life, encoding the traits and characteristics that shape who we are. Our unique bodily traits, such as eye color, facial morphology, and skeletal configuration, are guided by DNA. DNA is built from 4 key molecules: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, which pair up like puzzle pieces to form the genetic code. These sequences dictate which traits become dominant or recessive by influencing how genes are expressed and inherited. Remember Gregor Mendel and his Mendelian principles of genetics from high school biology class. Mendel's studies with pea plants revealed how traits are inherited through dominant and recessive elements. Dominant traits appear when received from just one parent. Recessive traits require input from both parents to emerge. Denisovan traits. 15 years after their discovery, scientists are finally closing in on the specific traits that Asians and Melanesians inherited from our Denisovan cousins. An article in New Scientist mentions that ancient DNA, including Denisovan genes, has influenced skin and hair color. While this is not yet proven, there has been some discussion about whether it also includes straight hair. New Scientist 2015. Dozens of genes found in humans today have been traced to Denisovans. They made their way into the human species when some of our direct ancestors mated with ancient lineages that are now extinct. Interbreeding like this happened in Eurasia, producing many human hybrids.
你好，很高兴认识你。我会说一点中文，你怎么样？
The 树只要 hominid, also known as Homo juliensis, has a notably large skull at 1600 cc. Scientists are still uncertain whether it is Denisovan, but if more definitive evidence emerges, it could suggest a larger cranium is a Denisovan-derived trait in modern Asian. Denisovan DNA gave Tibetans a high-altitude superpower, the EPOS1 gene. Paper 2021. The Denisovan girl carried a haplotype highly similar to endothelial POS1 gene, which in living populations is known to improve oxygen transport in the blood. Modern Tibetans carry a high frequency of the EPOS1 gene. WildScience.com. Nestled amidst the towering peaks of the Himalayas, Tibetans and Sherpas perform feats that seem almost superhuman from a unique genetic makeup that has evolved over thousands of years. Continuing, research has shown that Tibetans possess a unique variant of this gene EPOS1, which is thought to have been acquired through ancient interbreeding with a now extinct human species known as the Denisovans. If you can scale mountains with ease and thrive where oxygen is scarce, you might just have a little Denisovan endurance in your veins. Denisovan DNA didn't just help humans conquer the mountains. It may have given some the lungs of a deep-sea diver. The Bajau people of Indonesia, famed for their underwater endurance, could owe their incredible breath-holding ability to ancient genetic adaptations, possibly including EPOS1. They are able to stay underwater, diving for fish and other sea creatures for up to 13 minutes. MoreThanTokyo.com. Ama, or sea women, engage in the ancient practice of free diving. The women forage on the ocean floor and among reefs for sea creatures and seaweed. Continuing, Ama divers descend to depths of 20 meters in frigid water. They remain submerged for up to 2 minutes at a time. If you have Asian or Melanesian ancestry and can hold your breath underwater longer than your friends, you might just be tapping into an ancient Denisovan gift, built for endurance where land meets sea. Emerging research suggests that Denisovan DNA may have helped Melanesians adapt to tropical environments, enhancing metabolism and resistance to heat stress, ensuring survival in warm climates. There's also intriguing new evidence that Denisovan genes contributed to immune system adaptations, helping populations in Asia and the Pacific fend off local pathogens with remarkable resilience. The surefire test for Denisovan ancestry. Studies have shown that Denisovans had remarkably large jaws and teeth, traits that set them apart from other early human species and may still be reflected in some populations today. CBC 2015. The Denisovans had very large and unusual teeth, unlike those of humans and Neanderthals. Vince Viola, evolutionary science professor, Thunder Bay, Canada. Quote, "The whole group, Denisovans, probably had very large and weird teeth." End quote. All told, a total of 8 Denisovan teeth have ever been found. 1 from the Siberian cave, 2 from the cave in Tibet, 1 from Laos, and 4 with the Penghu specimen from Taiwan. The teeth of the Taiwan specimen, Penghu 1, have not yet been examined, for their root structure, as they remain embedded in the mandible. The two molars from Tibet and the one molar from Siberia show very specific traits, including 3 roots. How common among modern humans? BiologyInsights.com. A 3-rooted tooth is uncommon, but not unheard of. This extra root is more frequently observed in certain populations, suggesting a genetic or ethnic predisposition. Continuing, research indicates a higher incidence among East Asian populations, particularly in Chinese and Taiwanese individuals, with rates ranging from 5% to 30%. Other research has shown an even higher variance among extant modern humans. Sci News 2019. The 3-rooted molar is rare, less than 3% occurrence in non-Asians. Continuing. In contrast, its presence in Asian-derived populations can exceed 40% in China and the New World. So, how can you check to see if you've got one of these rare 3-rooted molars? Turns out it's easier than you think. And no, you don't need to go digging through your mouth with a flashlight. Dental x-rays are the most practical way to check if you have a 3-rooted molar. A periopical radiograph or a panoramic x-ray can clearly show the number of roots in your molars. Denisovans were built for power. Massive jawlines, oversized teeth, and the rare 3-rooted molar. Denisovans exhibited distinct cranial features, robust immunity against pathogens, resilience in low oxygen conditions, and remarkable adaptability to extreme climatic conditions. If you're Asian or Melanesian and you carry these traits, there's a good chance you have a significant percentage of Denisovan DNA. An ancient legacy hidden in your own biology. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and please pass this video on to others. We'll see you soon.